He is back in the NFL. I wonder how he adapted to this game.
And this is the kid everyone's been talking about in Vegas, Ashton Jeanty. Actually, it's a pickup of 10. They move the sticks again back to the ground game, and Jeanty, this was the worst rated.
Okay.
Such a perfect feel for the emotion level. 11 over 100 yards and a touchdown. And then that interception off the deflected pass.
Start the second quarter coming up.
Motion, Jeanty. Tap dances his way. Smith and company begin at the 30. This game tied at 7. Jeanty bangs his way.
Is immediately felt, and no doubt, I think will lead to success for the Raiders. And staying out of those long yardage situations.
Gino again faking to Jeanty, goes to the rookie out of the backfield, slips past the initial tackler. Bowers in motion, first and goal. Jeanty, so much power, he's gonna bang it in.
Inside, watch number 61. Tough to see him on that angle, how he just gets his combination block. If he doesn't get that block, Robert Spillane.
And Bowers picking up right where he left off in what was a historic rookie season, where we expected this thing to be tight, and these two teams have not disappointed. Jeanty.
He's been cutting, but he's been in heavy discussions with the training staff as well. And I will remind you, it is wet, and the footing is...
So far today.
Jeanty needs one, and he's got it.
Short yardage.
Back to the ground game to Jeanty. So with Brock Bowers. Geno Smith over 300 yards passing so far. Jeanty on another third and one. He lost his footing.
Complete passes. It's going to help you with, 4:50 on the clock.
Raiders going to keep that thing on the ground. Jeanty. And look at those second half numbers with what Pete Carroll's defense has done. Down to 2-11. Jeanty. What a way to cap off the weekend if they can hold on here in Foxborough. 3rd and 11. Jeanty, the spin, will get himself an extra.
A lot of opportunities before the Patriots defense was closing in. He has a crease this time and runs right over a man. He did that throughout his college career.
You got one-on-one against the safety on Lowy Gilman. You better get a little bit lower and bring your legs. This young man made a habit of doing that at Boise. He's already shown you.
Extra offensive lineman here. Jeanty's got it, but he ran into a teammate. Walks into that blocker in the defensive end. There's some early. They clock at 2. Smith tried to get it to Jeanty, batted in the air. Now Jeanty had to break it up. Jeanty tries to bounce it outside. Not much space over there. Jeanty, quick burst, easy. Check down to Jeanty, spins free. Ashton Jeanty bounces off a net.
Linebacker safety position, you just turn him inside. Look, if you're going to miss him inside. And you see Ashton Jeanty, that low center of gravity and that balance.
Good to go. And up to Jeanty. Jeanty again. There's a crease.
He's always a step ahead. Just look at the balance. Look at the abdominal strength things.
Under center this time. Jeanty. There's a jump cut still going. Jeanty spun out of bounds.
Just look at this balance. I mean, Dayon Henley, we've been talking about him all game long.
Jeanty back in there. At the left side falls.
There's that bunch concept.
Again, look downfield, checks it down, and Jeanty makes him out here. Just got it off. And it's being played at. Jeanty picks up about 4. Smith look in that direction. Comes off of him to Jeanty, and Jeanty is going to be dropped for receivers.
45-yard gain. Here is Ashton Jeanty getting Pete Carroll and the Raiders. Jeanty brought down right away by Deron Payne. Jeanty straight ahead, and it's very authentic. Jeanty and the rookie from Boise State cannot.
Offense right now, you've got to run this ball.
And they do with Jeanty, who will pick up a few before Bobby Wagner. Offensive play for the Raiders since that 45-yarder as Jeanty gets loose and out. Ashton Jeanty all the way inside the 40.
Inside out and finding those 2-3 yard runs. All of a sudden you get that breakout, and then I love the finish right there. Put your shoulder down, run over Quan Martin, your play action game.
16-yard run, longest of his brief career, and this is third game, but then good hands in this drive. Jeanty, is there anywhere to go? He's going to slip a tackle. And the rookie from Boise gets a first.
Gino thought about throwing a block right there, but then thought better of it. And then
he's just 21 years old. Back to Jeanty. To the 10-yard line of Tucker. Jacoby Myers. The run is to Jeanty straight ahead. Stop short of the 40, stop short of to the 20-yard line of Washington. This time, Jeanty is not going to get it.
Guys.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Jen and Dan Quinn. Ashton Jeanty dancing a bit. Had something working there up to the 35. 2nd and 10. Ashton Jeanty will lose yardage here. Jeanty loses yardage. Jeanty has a hole, and Ashton Jeanty has a first down and picks up 18.
Exploited this Raiders offense all day long.
Back to Jeanty. Pete Carroll talking. Jeanty slips out, stays on his feet, using that straight ahead, and Jeanty.
Cowboys. Ashton Jeanty breaking free. First down.
It's a little bit of everything, but they just haven't got on the same page.
Jeanty just barely is it. Jeanty trying to find that seam. Boy, they roll the dice, and they don't get it. Football then comes out.
Something going on, but watch Jordan Meredith, the center. He has Billings lined up right on top of him, and for some reason, he just goes the other way.
Final 3 and change of the quarter. This is Jeanty, and right there you see the power. So the Raiders get the penalty, then a 7-yard run. They go back to the rookie. Jeanty, first down. Now that just
is really taking advantage of this opportunity.
Now Dennis Allen likes Edmonds in that spot. This is Jeanty out of the backfield. Jeanty!
And he just loses leverage, and it only takes a step. Jeanty, we know what kind of speed he has. Sewell can't get there. Helmet goes behind the body.
Geno Smith handing here to Jeanty. So Arch, how about
they bounce back?
Handoff here to Jeanty. Jeanty springs free. Turns on the Jets. One guy to beat. Bayard can't bring him down. And the rookie.
By the wide receivers. And everybody's been waiting for this. Ashton Jeanty.
And what has been one of the worst statistical games of his career. 3 interceptions. They give it to Jeanty. Ashton Jeanty over the 100-yard mark. First of his career. Raiders hope the first of many. Leapfrogs a defender.
Bears and giving Jeanty a shot at making something happen.
And Arch, you can stay committed to this ground game. Again, 2-point game. Times have changed. Jeanty. So much about being a good 2nd and goal. Geno underneath over the middle. Jeanty. He's got his 2nd touchdown.
Jermaine Edmonds coming off a monster 15 tackle, 2 interception game last week. Puts it on him. Slick little move, and he's able to get his 2nd.
Geno able to get him a couple of yards of breathing room on the keeper, and this time Jeanty stood up. Pitch play, Jeanty. Hard, stiff arm, Jeanty.
Really leading the way to get those big plays.
Pitch play to Jeanty, making a miss. Jeanty weaves his way downhill.
Leading the way, Colton Miller. And then you better get some good contact on Jeanty. And you have to get body contact, not a glancing blow, not an arm tackle.
Just so rock solid, his mental makeup, even after the struggles the first couple of weeks. On 2nd and goal, this is Jeanty, unable to slip the initial.
They're in a spot where they have to try to force him out of field goal position.
See the target line, Jeanty will go from here. Smith the handoff to Jeanty, and he has stood up.
Jeanty the back, Geno Smith to throw. And 4th and 1 for Jeanty. He's got it. Spinning across the 40, and that's a Raider first down.
Find a way to isolate him versus the linebackers for the Colts. But this is a part of his game they feel like they really haven't tapped into yet. And again, without Brock Bowers, they have to add another weapon to this passing game.
Trey Tucker in motion. Jeanty is brought down right away. Jeanty, he has a hole and stopped at the 49. From the 45, Jeanty will pick up a couple. It's Trey Tucker in motion to give to Jeanty, and Jeanty, look at that, all 5'8" of him powering his way.
For the Raiders up front, they weren't getting the type of movement off the ball. It was after week 3. Ashton Jeanty had 145 yards after contact and a total of 144 yards.
They got it there on 1st and goal. Jeanty, he inside the 5 and down to the 3. But this 3rd and goal. Jeanty catches. Can he find the end zone? And 3 or 4 Colts stop him. Jeanty to the 35. Pass to Jeanty's a little high, and it's going to be 30-yard difference as Smith throws to Ashton Jeanty, who was tackled right away. A pitch. Need to get to the 35 for the first down, and Ashton Jeanty does that. Smith hesitates, dumps it off. Jeanty with that surge. Jeanty gets inside the 40. It is Jeanty. He's got some blocks, and he stays on his feet for a first down. A strong run.
Bodies navigate space. Good cut. A jump cut. And the shiftiness to get through. It's be a heavy dose of him in the second half, but going back to the initial thought with Geno Smith.
Back to Jeanty. And not a whole lot. Fake to him. Geno Smith. There's a flag down right away as Jeanty hauls in the pass. Kickoff rules. Ashton Jeanty started out well last time. He'll pick up about 5. The pitch to Ashton Jeanty. He's got some blocks to get him out to about the 41.
The passing game outside.
Jeanty again.
That's just
stuck and pushed back. On 4th down, Jeanty trying to get back even to the line of scrimmage, and he did not.
2nd down and 5. Here's Jeanty. His first carry today. The rookie. Keep it on the ground on 2nd down with Jeanty. 3rd down and 1. Here's Jeanty. Cuts to the outside. Has a first down and more across midfield.
One-on-one with the guy least willing to tackle. That's L'Jarius Sneed, the cornerback. Not that he won't tackle. It's that this is a matchup you expect to win every time.
Raiders have done an outstanding job on the ground over the last 2 weeks. This time, Tucker in motion. 2nd and 12. It's Jeanty again. And Jeanty. 10th play of the drive. 6th carry for Jeanty. And he's pulled down. Here's Jeanty, and he is met immediately by Tucker in motion. The toss, it's Jeanty. Jeanty is taken down.
Mode where he was spinning the ball really well for the Seahawks.
There's Jeanty, and he's wrapped up. There's Jeanty. Jeanty out across midfield. 3rd down and 12. Smith under pressure again. Able to get rid of
receiver in that position.
Mayer at fullback. Here is Jeanty. And he gets wrapped up from the 41. Geno Smith on 1st down. Swings it out. It's headed for Jeanty.
Win this game at the end.
Fake to Jeanty. And now it's Jeanty out of the backfield. He was shaken up in the first half. So this is good news for the Raiders. Here's Jeanty. Picks up a Raiders first down. 1984, the year Brian Callahan was born. On the toss, it's Jeanty across midfield.
Right, that's how they play. That's how they practice.
Absolutely. Smith to Jeanty on 2nd and 3.
And right now, utilizing him very well.
There's Jeanty. There is a flag. Jeanty inside the 20, so it's the 3rd trip into the wrist. Thanks to the defense. Forcing the fumble, they took over at the 2. Yeah. And here's number 2, Jeanty. From the Tennessee 7-yard line, the give to Jeanty. That was 4. This is Jeanty. He's in. Touchdown.
It's getting a hat on a hat, displacing the defensive line. Jeffrey Simmons goes up the field too much. No backers there to help out and fill. And that's just too easy.
3 from the Titans 42. It's Jeanty. There's Jeanty. With a handoff from Smith. There's Jeanty up the middle to midfield and across. From the 17, it's Jeanty. On second down, on the toss, it's Jeanty. And again, the Titans defense.
And they go with the rookie, Jeanty, out of Boise State.
Get him the ball.
Has only one carry. This is the second tote. And he's right the second quarter. Jeanty. The flag out.
Offsides, offense number 18.
Miller on injured reserve with an ankle. Here's Jeanty. Found a little seam there. He's tackled it.
And then Jeanty does the rest. And these are the ones I'm like, that could pop. Jeanty right here needs to go up and set up that player. It's like so close.
Well, they go out of the gun and they hand it off to Jeanty to close out the half. At the wideout position, here's a 1st and 10 run. Jeanty.
Might not be worth it at this point.
And it didn't look good at all. As again, they swallow a team. 3rd and 16 to Jeanty. Slips through a tackle.
Ashton Jeanty. And what do we got? Jeanty again cuts back, and Jeanty's got a first out. Still going across the 30.
Press. Get to the cutback, and then you cannot go high on Jeanty. Great contact balance right there. You see him run through Miller's tackle for those extra yards.
Had the ball less than 2 minutes on offense. Jeanty already picked up 1 first down, and he's spinning for another across the 32-yard line. Are in, juggled but pitched and held on to after a juggle. They want a cutback. Jeanty to the 41 and shove the rhythm here are the Raiders. And he can dump it off to Ashton Jeanty in the open field. Inside to 40. Jeanty, a little jump cut short of the first. Jeanty with a little fake jump, but I don't think he got the first. Geno Smith will look to Jeanty. He catches it and moves upfield. First down. Grabbed right away was Jeanty. Smith to Jeanty. And 2 Jags are there right at the field. Jeanty has had a good game when he's had the football. Gets the football here. Runs into his own man. And shoved back. Ashton Jeanty will get inside the 40. That kind of scary Halloween stitch fake to him. And throws to him. He's got room for the first down and gets out of bounds. A flag throw. Jeanty maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Ashton Jeanty will not get in. He gets the football and brought down right away. Extra pressure. Flips to Ashton Jeanty. And he'll get the first down. He'll get the touchdown.
Corner. Tyler Lockett throwing a block. That guy's a veteran player. Been here for about 3 days. You think he's excited to be back here in silver and black?
Ashton Jeanty will get knocked backwards.
And they give it to him. And he's tackled immediately. Back to the ground. Jeanty looking to move that pile. Again on the ground on first down. Jeanty, the running back. Jeanty behind those big bodies, but right there. Jeanty cuts it back. Bowling balls. Gonna run it. Gonna run it. Gonna run it into the end zone. Ashton Jeanty
takes Benito out. And then good, tough blocking there. The big tight end, Mayer. Brock Bowers was not in. And Mayer, they ran right behind him and a pulling guard.
This drive. The ball is handed off to Jeanty. He of the touchdown. And Jeanty with a gain first downs. Broncos have none. Drop it off underneath. Jeanty has it. Jeanty down the side. Head coach is there. Offense against defense as they toss it back. Jeanty again. Jeanty on the move. Jeanty into Denver territory. All the way down to the 30-yard line.
Holding. Offense number 18.
9-yard line. Jeanty stopped at the line of
kind of skill set.
Gain of 31. That's dropped. Running game was going great guns for a while. Not lately. Not here either. Pick up a 3rd down and 1. Under pressure again. Look out from behind. Flips it. It's caught. But that means Jeanty.
It's the reason why they win games, not the offense.
You kind of forget the Raiders now on a 1st down with Schmidt over the middle, in the air, deflected and intercepted.
Out of the backfield, a little angle route. Ball's right there. Just goes up and off of his hands.
3 touchdown games Sunday. Jeanty. Cleveland's camp picked up by the Raiders. He's going to take over to the outside. Nothing happening there. From the 35. Jeanty looking for room, slipping tackles. Looking for room, nothing happening there. Pulled himself back onto the field. Hands the ball off through the middle. Gain of 6. On the ground again. Jeanty dancing, moving, backs his way for a 1st down.
Here 15, he's trying to get to the football right there, ripping at it, instead of trying to tackle him.
1st down. Give it to number 2 again. Picks up about 3. Again, Jeanty letting him do all of the heavy-duty work here.
And with no Jacoby Myers, he becomes even more important than he already was.
Here's Jeanty, and he is brought down.
Compared to what the design of the route was.
2nd and 17 now, and now they swing it out to Jeanty. And a good working against this defense for Dallas. It's been terrible this season. Jeanty, spinning catch, one-on-one.
Runs through Brock Bowers, and rightfully so.
Delayed handoff, Jeanty spins with a 1st down.
Again, that they've had up front, and he's only had 1 run all year over 18 yards, and to allow him to get to the next level.
Smith in trouble, drops it off, and then Jeanty.
Prior years, but pairing him with Kenny Clark, that was big.
Geno Smith throws and broken up. So again, 5th time across midfield for the Raiders. Good protection. Jeanty, his 3rd catch.
I think, they just have not tried running the football in this 1st half.
How about another catch for the rookie Jeanty?
First half with that offensive line.
Here is a toss to Jeanty over the right side, and he is washed out.
Football. Hear those words of Saban in their sleep often that has inspired them to be better.
Jeanty hit in stride. Trying to stay alive in this game. Toss to Jeanty, and that was all the rookie. 10th play of the drive. Jeanty with a rare carry and right into the arms of Kenny Clark.
1-yard line.
Watch out here. Jeanty. Ezeraku. It's a safety. The penalty and then suffered a safety. Now they start inside their 5 again. Pass is caught out on the edge by
against man-to-man defense statistically. Hands the ball off on 2nd down. And Jeanty gets up to the 20.
Absolutely. Michael Strahan comes to mind.
On 1st down, a little screen to Jeanty. They want to get him in space. And Jeanty forward to the 29.
Holding by the offense number 67.
Over there again.
So they're just going to hand it off to Jeanty. And Jeanty is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tucker in motion. They get it to Jeanty. And Jeanty, boy, he's smothered. A yard behind the line. They go to Jeanty. And Jeanty is tracked down from behind. He may
Concussion Legacy Foundation from me trying to help NCTE.
Here's Jeanty. Jeanty in the open field. Jeanty has a first down, makes a few men miss, and then does a bunny hop to midfield.
Success they had up there.
There's Jeanty. They throw it to Jeanty. He's got some blockers, and Jeanty along the numbers. You can see why they want to get. Here comes Tucker in motion. Hands it off to Jeanty, and Jeanty looks right. Schlesinger's there. Schlesinger meets him in the backfield. Jeanty. He dives to the 30-yard line. The Raiders last got to this end. They missed that field goal attempt. Jeanty's wrapped up from behind.
Those are the guys they need to get the ball to.
Yeah, rookie and a second-year pro. And here is number 2. And number 2 powers his way.
5'8", 210 ball of muscle. Just runs right through Ronnie Hickman.
We have not seen him. The inside handoff to Jeanty, and Schlesinger wraps him up at the hips. 2 turnovers now for the Browns. Jeanty on first down and keeps those feet moving. On second down and 7, quick toss to Jeanty. And again, read nicely by the Browns. Man, he was...
Also, but I think the guys in the back end are doing a nice job and giving everybody time to get home up front.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Garrett's at the bottom of your screen. They give it to Jeanty. He sheds Garrett, but he slowed him up enough. On first down, Jeanty. He stopped right, cut left, but there really was senior year. Played 10 games as a starter. On second down, they hand it off to Jeanty, and Jeanty follows the block of his center. On second down, they give it to Jeanty, and Jeanty bumps into his own man and is taken down. 23. Jeanty out of the backfield. Does a nice job making one-man miss, little spin move. Geno Smith and the Raiders. They give it to Jeanty, and Jeanty breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and gets to felt the same way you did.
I was kind of missing Gene. We hadn't talked to him, which I guess is a good thing.
Jeanty's got the first today. Geno Smith looking toward the end zone. Pass complete to Jeanty. He's in. Score. Touchdown.
Staying calm, letting it play out. He looked to the middle of the field, and Miles Harden, slowed down. See, that's just a bull rush.
Remember, the Browns' record for a game is 11 sacks. They have 9. And Jeanty's going to get a lot of this yardage back here as he gets over the 35.
Start at the 37-yard line, and Ashton Jeanty on first down. Hey, look, no surprise the Raiders enter. It was Will Putnam who started the last 2. Geno Smith to the air, batted down at the line.
Tight end roll. He's going to win most of those battles.
Here's Jeanty, and he's taken down. Here's Jeanty. Hand off to Jeanty. And that is Mack coming up Vegas. Here's Jeanty. And Jeanty with some nifty moves. And that extra effort.
When he goes out the back door like this, it's 60, 70 yards later we're looking at it.
And for nothing else, it just gives that Las Vegas defense a couple of extra minutes on the bench as Jeanty with another nice move.
Nifty move in the backfield by Jeanty. And then he runs through a little more traffic as well.
Back to Jeanty. He's got the first down. Back to Jeanty. Practice squad yesterday and gets the start. Jeanty. Stop for a loss.
Jacksonville feel real good about what they've got.
Geno Smith takes the check down. Jeanty with a stiff arm and down the sideline. And then
not the same reaction, didn't we?
Don't want to tackle that guy. That's daggone short.
Jeanty right up the middle and stops short of a first down.
And Mike Mayock get Max Crosby in the 4th round from Eastern Michigan.
Second down and 7. It's Jeanty, and he's hit hard by Denzel Smith. He locates Jeanty. Jeanty forces one missed tackle. 2nd and 9. Back to Jeanty, and Jeanty able to stay on his feet.
The line is limited to a certain extent, so you find ways to get the ball out of your hands quick.
A give to Jeanty, and he's tripped up. Play fake. Geno was looking deep, takes the check down, but it's first down and 10. Geno sidearm pass to Jeanty, who slips another tackle.
Wish we had a quick answer for the Raiders.
Jeanty is crushed in the backfield. Conversion today for Las Vegas. Geno screen Jeanty. Can he make one man miss? He can. Inside the 20.
The numbers don't jump off the chart for you from him, but you see the explosive nature.
It's a double tight end.
Jeanty trying the right side, cuts it up and stopped for a 1-yard
contest.
Here's Jeanty, and he stood up by second game for Greg Olsen calling the plays as Ashton Jeanty has his first carry. Gino to the outside, and there's Jeanty making the catch. On 2nd and 5, Jeanty gets the call, and Jonah Ellis, who missed the last, just get off the snap in time. Jeanty again, and Jeanty to 2nd down and 4, back to Jeanty. And Jeanty with some nice running to pick up the first down.
After the previous run.
Gino, back to Jeanty, nice move on Benito. And then Alex Singleton's up this drive on its own 5-yard line. Geno Smith able to get it to Jeanty, who barely gets out of the end zone. Finished up at TCU for Jack Besh. Here's Jeanty.
Injury, they seem to really be recharged and wanting to go back out there and get ahead in this one for him especially.
Here comes the pressure. Geno Smith sees it, looking for Jeanty and could not connect.
Staying situationally to keep ahead of the chains for us. When they get 4 or 5 yards, it gives them.
Back to Jeanty, and again stood up.
Pass rusher side by side. Allen 99, Benito 15.
Gino, and his pass is nearly intercepted. 3rd and 1, and Jeanty up the middle, and he's got the first down.
More than they got out of Geno Smith.
Swings it outside to the first-round pick, Ashton Jeanty, who's tracked down by Nicole.
To continue to improve down the stretch.
Jeanty on the ground this time. There's not a whole lot of room there for the 6th overall pick. In Eagles territory from the 46, Jeanty waited for something to develop and went down. The plays yet, but he's ready to go here for his first start with Las Vegas. Hands it off to Jeanty. 3rd and 7. Twist gets there. Jeanty can't hang on. Center in his first start for Las Vegas. And it's Ashton Jeanty into the teeth of the defense, stopped by Jordan Davis.
If you're a Raider fan,
try Jeanty again. Jeanty keeps the legs turning, but gets just a few.
Really been the main weapon the last 2 seasons at Vegas.
Pickett underneath Jeanty. Got 5.
Pretty damn happy. Offensively, likes that they're efficient, and he likes the way Jalen Hurts is playing. Back to you.
Jeanty stays on his feet. His best run of the day. And first down as Jeanty gets 11. Telling us, hey, this is such a gifted runner. We just haven't given him a chance to show that.
And I think that was why it was a little bit of a head scratcher. Not that Ashton Jeanty's not a fantastic player. He was incredible at Boise State. Proved from a season ago. It's tough sledding.
He's got it here out of the backfield. Thrown down.
Missing here in Vegas.
Jeanty. This edition of the Eagles, this defense right here that continues to be dominant. Shutting down Jeanty on the first.
Basic coverage.
Jeanty not going to get away from Dean. Shot out of it. Handed it off to number 2. Ashton Jeanty.
Pass game.
There's Ashton Jeanty on the ground, and he's going to be just
offensive line.
3rd down and 1. Gino is intercepted. It's Derek Stingley. Geno Smith now tied for the most interceptions in the NFL with Tua Tagovailoa. And Ashton Jeanty gets the call.
Throws it inside into the crowd of red.
Jeanty. Good job by Ashton Jeanty, and that is why.
Holding. Offense number 66. That's a 10-yard penalty.
It would have been a 21-yard run, wiped out by the penalty on Parham, and they go back to Jeanty. First down. Jeanty. And Petrie is there. 1. Jeanty up the middle. And Jeanty doesn't get there. Jeanty on first down. Jeanty.
I'm happy to be here with you guys. It's leading up to Christmas. I could be at home with my wife shopping, and it's crazy.
Tyler Lockett in the Raiders locker room. Get you an injury update in a second as Jeanty is pushed back. There's Jeanty on 2nd down, across the 30 and down.
And look at that when they get upfield. You're getting a lot of people involved on that play.
Jeanty. Today they have 45 yards on the ground. Jeanty trying to add to the total. And spinning his way forward. He's going to be a yarder on 3rd down and 1. Jeanty is stuffed by E.J. Speed. Gino will run it with Jeanty. Ashton Jeanty takes a hard hit and is stopped at the 30.
It's a nice little double team there to create a little space. And Jeanty.
They do run it again with Jeanty. And Ashton Jeanty. Here's Ashton Jeanty. And he gets a yard. Back to Jeanty. And he sneaks through. Ashton Jeanty then caught from behind.
Those 2 or 3 tackles he's breaking, if they can be at the 2nd level, that's how big runs happen.
So has a touchdown. Jeanty. Lassiter comes up to finish him.
Convert and make him a playmaker from the nickel spot.
3rd and 6. Jeanty down the field. He's open. He's got it at the 30. Jeanty, stiff arm, stays on his feet. Touchdown!
And the underrated part of Ashton Jeanty's game, his ability to catch it out of the backfield. Came into this weekend 7th among all running backs in the NFL in catches on the year. Switched on him. We need something now, and he gave it to him.
Jeanty. Vegas, because of the kickoff, starts at the 20. And here is Jeanty on the ground.
It's a tighter game against an explosive Houston team.
Jeanty and E.J. Speed. Jeanty trying to get downhill. And I wouldn't call that. 6 minutes to go. Jeanty takes the handoff. And he gets close to mid-game long. Jeanty again. Trying to bring it to the outside. He does. Ashton Jeanty still going. What a run! Jeanty, his 2nd touchdown today!
In this stadium, and this is just a fantastic run by Jeanty. And once again, no one there to get a hand on him. He kind of hides behind those big offensive lines.
He's got the rookie running back who Trent talked about, Ashton Jeanty, who takes it right here, drilled by Burns. He is one of the engines of this offense. 1st and 10, here's Jeanty. And he was brought down last week at Houston, 16 of 23. 3rd down and 3, short they go, and shy of the 1st down. Jeanty remains in the game. And the call, the hesitation, and the 1st down run. The 2 big completions on this drive. 1st and 10, Jeanty. 41. Ashton Jeanty. And wrapped up and devoured. Jacoby Myers mid-season right before the deadline. And here they go. Jeanty had to curl around. A 2nd down 6. Jeanty the call. Going inside. Mafia block. 1st down run. Under center here with the handoff, and it goes to Jeanty. And nice play. Redwell.
Quickly fell apart after a promising start.
Jeanty on 2nd down 3. Here's a nice run as he hurdles a defender.
Line blocked everybody and kicked him out, so he was able to wind it back. Get up to that 2nd level as he jumps through that tackle.
Mayer the tight end on the move. And staggering backwards, got it to Jeanty on the handoff. Return. Knee injury from the 40. 2nd and 6. Jeanty trying to drag it. 3rd down 5. Jeanty again drilled and taken down. 2nd down and 10. Ashton Jeanty. Nothing there. 3, 1st and goal. Jeanty looking for a block. Wrapped up and brought down inside. Also had an interception today. 2nd and 19. Jeanty. Trying to gouge something up the middle. There's not much there. Hobble to the locker room earlier on. Jeanty on 1st and 10 into the secondary. And it will take a couple guys to bring him down.
Next week as they play the Kansas City Chiefs.
Jeanty there with the carry.
From the 42. Ashton Jeanty's first touch. Comes in 112 yards. They beat the Patriots of all teams. Jeanty, 1st down run. 2 teams out of the playoff race. Pickett parallel pass. Jeanty, who's been used in the passing bit. Trying to soften up the box for that guy. Jeanty, you mentioned getting some room with that guy on the sideline. 3rd and long draw. Jeanty, 44-yard line. Under center, play action. Pocket for O'Connell. And sails it over the head of Jeanty. So the 2nd quarterback getting a chance. Gives to Jeanty. They came in 100. You boys. Shout out to Kevin. Big Chiefs fan. Need to get you to the sphere then if you want to be singing like that. Ashton Jeanty
to have success. Jeanty is literally getting ripped to the ground by his helmet, and he's fighting.
And not the first
and
time.
That is absolutely a penalty.
Jeanty and Noel Williams. Carry here. And Jeanty patient. With O'Connell the quarterback, it's a lot of Jeanty on this drive. And he weaves his...
Every single down. Watch his feet. Boom, 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 boom. He is unbelievable. He fights for every yard.
On third, a stumble, but they get it to the running back. And Jeanty, he saw an opening.
Instead of the Chiefs, but that defense still battles every single week.
Jeanty crawled. Jeanty first down, runs into a wall, but gets more than what was initially fast. Jeanty, not a big hole, but enough.
It's a shame that a turnover was negated because of that.
Takes it right off the board, and Jeanty trying to get the Raiders on the board.
Jeanty is one of those guys. You will hear that it is Ashton Jeanty with the football by the breath and the soul leaving a linebacker, and that crack of the bat. It sounds like a Louisville Slugger. Bombs.
Jeanty once more dances, and he stood up 1 yard shy of the sticks. Reeds get up in a prior Super Bowl. Third down and one to go.
Burn, as it were.
Jeanty to the 35-yard line. Toss to Jeanty. He stood up. Does not. Again, is this going to be the final game for Travis Kelce? Jeanty. Second down pitch. Jeanty has to make one miss. He's used to making people miss in the backfield. Anticipating some of the drills.
I just wanted to make sure my knees and my ankles were still able to flex like that.
Jeanty, happy to have you from the studio here in the booth now.
I have so much fun with you, Chris. I can do this every week with you, buddy. It's Michael Mayer up there.
Jeanty lined up as a wide receiver, gets the initial catch, but is pushed back. That was the only time that the Raiders have had the #1 pick. Trying to get help for Jeanty. Quarterback with Tucker in motion. Plenty of time to throw. And just sends it to the sideline for Jeanty.
His ability to make yards after the catch, after contact, it's really special.
Gets it again. And zooms through for the first down.
Take a train.
Jeanty, third time in a row, getting a touch. And continuing the positive. Jeanty's back. Counter step. The blasting. O'Connell hands. Jeanty carries. For no gain. Getting towards range. O'Connell hit as he throws into the ground and incomplete.